Hey guys, name's Fen. Today, I'm going to start off by reading a diary, so skip this if you're not feeling voyeuristic. Dear diary, in the year of our Lord 1989, sorrow has befallen me tonight as I held my dear sweet Amanda in my arms, feeling her last breath upon my arm in the singular. She's died of pulmonary infarction, only 25 years old and really only a child, although she was not far behind me. 25 years old isn't a child, especially if she's not far behind you. I don't know why you'd even say that. Is it because she went goo-goo gaga all the time? Because that might be a thing that you might think, I guess maybe. The mortician will preserve her from rotting, but instead I snuck into the morgue and brought her back here. My education as a medical doctor and with my FD in genetics, I have learned from the master, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, on rejuvenation principles. Apparently that's actually the wrong spelling. I will not fail my sweetheart of my life. I know I was born to bring her back. I really know that God is the only one who can resurrect people from the grave, but I feel that he has given me a path of knowledge. Oh, Karis complex up in here. Karis simplistic? I don't know. I've managed to build a time machine now, and have accidentally reached the time period of 1866. I really can't explain how I ended up in that time period, but all I can say is that it was more than likely a wormhole in time. As I understand it, the wormholes move within the galaxy, and the huge time pace there is gauged primarily from wormhole technology. Some call these black holes in space, but studying after the great minds in the Earth's history, I have come to my own conclusions regarding time travel. Fortunately, with my background and knowledge, I was able to obtain a place to build my laboratory just outside the city near the industrial area. The police in that time period are referred to as the City Watch. Well, fortunately for me, they mainly patrol the cities. Now that 2014 is upon me, I fear I may have waited too long to attempt a rejuvenation, spelled right this time, of Amanda, although I know she is well preserved. I frequently come back to 2014 to bring modern technology to my lab in 1891. Why don't you just travel back to the day before she died and then stop her from dying somehow? I have in my private collection the actual ring that belonged to Dr. Victor Frankenstein, Sten. I stashed it in my bathroom, although I doubt anyone would ever look there for it. It is said that it opens the crypt of Dr. Victor Frankenstein. I will attempt a rejuvenation on Amanda in the next few nights. I must find the right heart from one who has passed beyond this world into the land of the dead, for the dead know the secrets of life, and their hearts are the keys to bringing the dead back to life. I discovered that pre-modern age is the best time period to grab the right kind of heart for the spirito transfer. My equipment, along with all of my computers and such, make my lab equipment fully automated. All I have to do is program the computer once every morning for the work that I plan on doing for the entire day. All I have to do then is drop the body on my automated table, and my equipment does the rest. I feel that I am safe in my experiments in the year 1891, and I am closer to Tesla with no capital, and even more to my idol, Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Now I will return to 1891 tonight and prepare my Amanda for a new life. I must remind myself to throw the jump switch before entering the time portal code. I am so forgetful, as I need to make sure I don't forget Dr. Frankenstein's journal on top of the bookcase. I will need to review his important works at least one more time before I attempt to bring my Amanda back, so I don't forget. 1. Grab Dr. Frankenstein's ring. 2. Grab Dr. Frankenstein's journal, who's a completely different person, of course. 3. Before I leave the future next time I go back to my apartment. That's not even a sentence. What is this? Anyway, so now I'm in the future and I read a diary which told me about a ring, which is probably a ring that's supposed to open a door. Now it's modern, which is an interesting thing that's not often done in the thief world. It's a time machine just right there. Hey, is it like a circular thing in the ceiling? Well, it is. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, well, he says his idol is Frankenstein. He's got pictures of Tesla like frickin' everywhere. Although maybe that's supposed to be Frankenstein. I don't know. They both got wings for heads though. Oh, it's a Sister Shark 2 thing. He's actually playing a game instead of doing work. That's pretty funny, actually. And there's like a really scaled up version of Thief. What have we here? The core. It's loot. I don't know what that is. Is that like a movie or something? If so, I'm not familiar with it, but oh well. Loot is loot, and a flute is a flute. And when you pick up your loot, you have to remember, like, not to do a thing. Anyways, Well, okay, I mean, really, 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 really wanting to get a bunch of Frankenstein's journal? Really? After grueling years of experiments bringing the dead back to the living, my conclusion is that it is not enough to use just electricity to rejuvenate the nervous system and start a rhythm on the heart. Yes, a fresh brain and heart are essential, unless they have been well preserved. So here are my latest discoveries to date. The year is 1818. In London, England, I learned that the flesh is a weak medium for the spirit, without the actual spirit the person was born with. What I mean is that the spirit the person was born with has assimilated with that particular body. My conclusion is that the spirit must first be generally neutralized, and the aura field of the spirit must flow into the subject's heart. Heart field to heart field. Then the medium spirit regenerates the brain. Once the brain is active again with mind and body, the transfer is almost complete. A triangle best describes my technique. Mind at the top, body and spirit on the lower 2 points, and heart in the center. The heart is the center of the person's universe, as this is what gives humans their human condition of spirit. In my last experiment in 1818, I discovered that the heart condition matters not concerning the moral fabric of that person's character. Good or bad makes no difference, only in that to which it is sent. My subject was originally good in nature, but contracted a mild brain contusion, which clotted and stroked the victim. I removed the brain and placed in a 1,000-liter beaker filled with aloe juice, which had been fresh by only an hour. The brain remarkably took on the texture and color of newborn's brain, apparently healed by the aloe. In my rejuvenation subject, I removed his brain, which had been shredded by a musket bullet. Coming from the morgue, the brain had already cooled below body temperature, so it was a poor risk to rejuvenate. In the same subject, I placed the aloe-healed brain from subject 1 and sewed him up. I started a mild electrical charge passing through his carota artery, which then stimulated the cellular lining of the artery, sending current into the brain. The subject opened his eyes, and with the aid of an air pump, I was able to start respiration successfully. Using a friend's heart that was somehow preserved over a period of 20 years with no explanation using aloe again, the spirit flow of mild esoteric electrical energy was intense enough that once inserted in the MagnaFlow receptacle box, allowed an instant heartbeat in the subject. The secret I have now to testify to true rejuvenation is the heart receptacle MagnaFlow box technique. A silver-lined glass box, that is to say, an iodized silver coating on the interior of the box. Once the heart has made contact with, then sends a mild spirit-like electrical impulse to the subject's own heart, that is providing the heart has been bathed in a solution of aloe. What? Outline of 3 needed items. 1. A heart that has been preserved with aloe. 2. The glass-lined box with iodized silver lining. 3. Mild current to the carota artery. Frickin' whatever, guys. And that's what happened when I read the whole thing. To Hell and Back by Hacker. Is it the System Shock Hacker, or is it just a guy called Hacker? I don't friggin' know. Why am I even here? To read some information? But I mean, it doesn't matter the information I have. Where's the items? Where's... This mirror is locked? Doesn't it... It doesn't even throb. I am really not supposed to be... I'm supposed to move the mirror first and then unlock the thing, but... Well, unfortunately, it seems not to have happened that way, but I don't know how I was supposed to have done that. I don't want to break the mission again. I kind of want to find out how I'm supposed to have slid that mirror. I mean, you'd think it would be a switch in the same room, you'd think. But, well, you'd think a lot of things. Oh, I didn't know there was another room. Perhaps it's supposed to be in here. Perhaps, well, I got his ring, so I'm gonna be able to open some door, I guess. In the past, I mean. Because that's what I read about in a readable. Apparently this is a mission where you have to read your readables. Oh, and here it is. Yes, okay, so that's what I was supposed to have done in the mirror. So I got the ring, and I guess that's probably all I really need in the future. So I'm just gonna go back to the past, I guess. Okay, disengage jumper and reset codes to 0. Engage jumper, then enter code. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, the code. It isn't the year we're entering, it's just the code to, like, do stuff. Huh. Reset code to 0, engage jumper, then enter code. What? Come on. I mean, what? Am I supposed to enter 1891 now? But I thought 2014 was his passcode or something. But whatever, man. Whatever. Why are these things low now all of a sudden? It's like I... Okay. Still don't remember any place with a picture of a ring that I'm supposed to use to get into a tomb. I do not remember such a thing. But it is an item I can use, so, I suppose there's that. Wait a minute. There's a floating statue that I never got. What have we here in this library? Ah, it's supposed to move upward. Well. This is probably just one of those secrets. Probably doesn't represent progress. But, well, I don't know. Well, it's def a secret. I mean, I guess that's fine. Fine. Because I'll probably get some loot. Stuff. But, still doesn't let me really do anything. And wait, there's a whole other book that I can read. Oh, joy, right? I just love reading readables. Oh, man. Eldorado by Edgar Allan Poe. Eldorado, come and play. Eldorado, step this way. And what's this way? Oh, hey, there's like a whole other place here. Well, I guess I'm just sort of going above. And this one's got a star shape instead of just a regular cross shape. That's pretty sacrilegious. And anyways, no, this is... No, this is no. Where the hell's my key? I ask you. Alright. Still not progress? What the hell is this? Wait a minute. This is that place that still doesn't let me get past it into that part with the screaming, wailing ghost. Like, why do I... Oh, it's because I could unlock it. No. The lock is on that side, so if I came down to here, I couldn't even get there anyway, and also... Also, there's some loot here, apparently. I don't know about this, man. For all I know, it could be in a secret. I mean, the guy keeps saying Frankenstein's tomb south of a place, but there's no place south of a place. It's like some other place. Keeps mentioning a top row and a ground floor row, and the only things I can really think of with 2 floors is that, but the middle is the only one with crypt things in it. Or this place, which I... probably 3 levels. So this is 1. Up here is 2. And this is 3. So that's... Wait a minute, what's that? Hey, there's a passage up there. There's passages everywhere up here. Wait a minute. Hang on now. I'm about to get another completely unnecessary secret that won't let me progress. This is amazing. Oh, wait, what the hell is all this? Sun pics? You can look up and see a skull. Okay, this looks like more than a secret. It almost looks necessary. But what does it mean? I can see the sky there, and I can see a skull from another place. What is the purpose of stuff? Am I supposed to, like, shoot that skull with an arrow or something? It's plausible. I guess. Well, if this place isn't even going to count as a secret, well, what's the point? Dust off the circular paintings because they creep you out. Dust off the circular paintings because there might be something. Well, look at that. That's pretty amazingly 3D looking. Ground floor, upper row, lower row in the main crypt. Is this the main crypt, or is it labeled? Is there anything labeled as main? Because it doesn't appear so. Well, this says mausoleum, not crypt, so like, I don't know. These must be crypts, but there's two of them. Which is the main one? It could also mean this is the top, but I mean, there is a switch here. And it leads to that, which isn't really any place. Also, he said a Mrs. Something was in a coffin with a crack in the floor, but there's no such thing at all. There's no open coffins anywhere or anything. Is this a place, or is it just fake? Take Mrs. Holloway's sarcophagus down from the middle row in the main crypt and repair the bottom? Are you trying to tell me that there's a hole in the bottom of one of these things? Is this a main crypt? I don't know. I haven't seen any maggots on a floor below anyway. Well, there's nothing of the sort here. There's that guy's voice again, but it doesn't seem to have any meaning, as it seems to move locations to locations and change places. Like, Durham, am I supposed to find a switch? Well, who knows? Who the hell knows? Apparently also on the map, this place right here is marked as tomb. Like, it's the tomb. Right there. Tomb. And then there's a Two River that should be right over here. Two River, yes. So I don't know what's the importance of this freaking tomb with a capital importance. Gah! The only place I can think of is if there's some kind of other place up here, but I'm sure there isn't. I mean, certain. Also, do these holy throwing knives work on these dudes? Because, like, to actually kill them? Because that'd be... Oh, hey, kinda does. Not like it matters, as really there isn't any tombs or crypts or anything around here. Anyway, things aren't labeled, so I couldn't find a Mrs. Holloway even if I wanted to. Here's a hole in a floor. I mean, but doesn't mean anything because I can't get anywhere. I mean, unless finally he decided to actually hide something with some crates. I mean, I don't know. Don't think so. Oh, for a teleporter from Insanity's Crescendo. Also, dude mentioned having to climb a ladder to flip a switch, but again, I don't see any of those around here. In fact, I think the only ladders that I even know of are the ones out of the water, and then the one that leads up to the time machine place, which, you know, you'd have to use anyway. Wait, I see something. It's a lock. It's a broken off lock. So, this thing was supposed to have been accessible at some point, maybe, but it got walled up, and it doesn't matter because I can't even get in. You know what? I had this axe. I guess this axe isn't anything, it's just for fun if you remember to press 2 or something. Welp, I'm completely stumped. If anybody's got a little nudge for me, that would be incredibly appreciated. Until then, though, I'm gonna have to see you guys later and say bye for now. So bye for now.